down on the camera, hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Doing the annual MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle this. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas, smash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. Give me that. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best because I am. It's noted in keeping it low-key. I can call it.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. This one taken from the 7th, and an alley to run. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A 93-yard kickoff return as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. The Lions offense and Matthew Stafford ready to go here. Stafford still a solid quarterback in his 11th season now, but the Lions still yet to win a playoff game under his guidance. And last year's mark of 6-10, the worst since 2012 for the Lions. First and 10, Stafford. A left side completion to Jones. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Stafford. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling lead to
stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. So here are the Chiefs now under their veteran head coach, Andy Reid. Leading them out, the reigning MVP of the National Football League, Patrick Mahomes, in his 3rd season now out of Texas Tech. And few players have had the spotlight focused on them quite like Patrick Mahomes. But this is a guy that says he wants that attention. He's okay with a target on his back. We saw how electric he can be in 2018, and he wants to continue that into 2019 and beyond. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that. They might. He's got daylight. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams, 67 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. We'll get the football here in just a second as we prognosticate about the upcoming season. Last year, Matt Patricia's first year as head coach, 6-10, and that was on the heels of Jim Caldwell's final 2 seasons at 9-7. So it got his man complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. From the gun, here's Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. He sets to fire deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Wasn't it fun in pregame standing downstairs and watching Matthew Stafford throw the football? I mean, that bad boy just whistled.
He can just rock it.
It just whistled by us, didn't it? But what is the one knock on him? Accuracy.
Yeah.
And that's what we just saw there, an incompletion on that throw downfield.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Chiefs working their way back out here on offense, and probably a good thing, really. Their camp has been relatively quiet. Everybody knows what they have coming back. Maybe some question about their running game. It's a team that has had a bell cow in the past. You think way back to Christian Okoye, the days of Priest Holmes. We'll see how the running game works out this year, Charles.
Can I go way back? Mike Garrett running the football for them. Joe Delaney, who was the Rookie of the Year and lost him, unfortunately, in a swimming accident. But Andy Reid has hinted this summer that he's going to take the dreaded running back by committee approach. You got Damian Williams, who was forced down the stretch, slowed a little bit by hamstring troubles in camp. Carlos Hyde on his 4th team in 2 years, but what a bruiser inside. And Darrell Williams has been around. Darwin Thompson, 6th-rounder. Even Tremont Smith, who they converted from corner, he's going to carry the ball a little bit, too, in the preseason. And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Mahomes' pass caught by Watkins. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he takes this into... The end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, 33 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays.
For a touchdown. So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. And out. Johnson, it's poke 3. Football's held. A call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there. Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
280. Check, 59. And what's that? And what's the ball? Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. The toss play. This is high. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Carlos Hyde, 34 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker on for the PAT.
That long run for a touchdown.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. There he goes, right side. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominant. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 24. They begin the drive with Johnson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Throwing is Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. This one complete to Theo Renner. And it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, Let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Hill, the intended receiver once again, and that'll bring up second down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mahomes now to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
There was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no. They went to him on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, all 3 incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way. Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as his guys continue to pour it on. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's complete to Sterling. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores.
And he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are now. And Williams is in for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Yep. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go!
And Detroit getting set to go now. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking. being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And
now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. This first half, and he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 19. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Watch time, watch time. Tight end right, tight end right. 3 out.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. The pass complete, this one to Danny Amendola. And they work this well upfield across the 45. To throw is Stafford.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
The grab made by Kearse over the middle. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11th. Stafford to Riddick on the draw. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On 2nd and 12, Stafford, and this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half, now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Now it's Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 30, the 20, 10, 5, and with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed, indeed. That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination, but the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Point after, right down the middle. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Free kick out of bounds, kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at the top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, and Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against this secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those 4. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right. And Ed had a ball up there in his Hall of Fame speech.
And remember, next year they're going to celebrate the centennial year of the NFL.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. But it'll be 2nd down. Flush to his right. And he's only able to get it up to about the 2-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. And a big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Well, that's a guy, Carlos Hyde, who split time last year in Cleveland and Jacksonville after 4 seasons in San Fran. He was just under 1,000 yards his last 2 seasons with the Niners, but never really got into a groove last season. And then the Chiefs signed him to a 1-year deal back on March 9th.
We got 4. We got 4.
They run again with Hyde on first. Oh, and now he bowls him over. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. A strong run by a strong runner in Carlos Hyde.
I like how you just characterize him, because that's him in a nutshell. And you saw it there on that run. His ability to continually move forward and the legs always churning, I think that's one of the attributes that's really special about him.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. And Williams is in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. On second down now. It's Johnson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And now running right through it. There he goes, left side. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Williams. And Williams is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams taking it in as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
You want this?
Here's Stafford. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skill players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in, but the to Eli Manning, and he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington, but they love the big arm of this guy, and he's back at home. Remember, he grew up in Potomac, Maryland.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. When plays break down, that's normally when Mahomes is at his best throwing the football, but as we saw, he can run it too. Last year, 60 carries, 272 yards, great elusiveness and speed, and the Chiefs obviously don't want him to be a running quarterback, but if he sees an angle like he did there, any opening, he has the ability to take it and run. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Stepping up, Kansas City, touchdown!
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get
and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. Fumbles, that's how you get in the coach's doghouse. The first one lost and it hurt. This time you lose it and it's taken in for a score. It really hurt.
And about that doghouse, it won't exactly be comfortable, and it definitely won't be air-conditioned.
Milk bones?
None.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, and suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Stafford. It's caught outright, Amendola. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Stafford going to get this one to Johnson. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. They start the drive with Hyde. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And some space. Carlos Hyde. See you later. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. That was a pretty impressive touchdown play. Those broken tackles.
But on this particular play, how about that move? Or should getting him on the ground on that play.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long
Football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Chris Jones, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Back to throw, Stafford. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. 3rd down here. The Lions on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Here's Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Hey, let's go. 15.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided? Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't hook up with Amendola there, and now it's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
The Lions on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 7. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on third down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all of your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they...
And he loses the football a second time. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were...
Form the defense through the shutout, Adam. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
unfurl their 6th Super Bowl banner as they take on an old foe in the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll be back to wrap up a wild first Sunday in the NFL. But first, it's time for Sunday Night Football as we welcome in Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, just a beautiful fall night for football here in the Northeast as we are inside Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brandon Godden with Charles Davis, and the 100th season of the NFL is underway. Had some great games this afternoon and on Thursday, but tonight the defending champs take the spotlight.
Raise the banner, another Super Bowl championship that they'll get to celebrate. Lots of hugs and songs and cheering, and once again, the Patriots on top of the football world as we begin another season. Do they have enough room to continue to raise banners? I feel like they're running out here at this stadium.
Somebody needs to try to unseat them, but these Patriots, they don't care about room. They just want more banners.
Yeah, that's for sure. And tonight, all they'll care about is celebrating yet another Super Bowl championship.
It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Tom Brady heading out, the recent birthday boy. Though I guess we really can't call him a boy anymore.
but he does continue to play football with boyish enthusiasm.
There you go. Well said. He turned 42, though, back on August 2nd. Charles, you probably got some pretty good birthday gifts over the years. Ties, cufflinks. Well, if you're Tom Brady, it's a little better. How about this for a birthday gift? 2-year contract extension on August 4th worth $70 million.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good birthday gift.
Not bad.
And for him, well earned. And for New England, an absolute bargain getting him at $70 million. Remember, he said a couple years ago he wanted to play until he was 45 years old. We've seen no drop-off in his play. Won another Super Bowl last year. Yeah, I'd say he's well worth that investment.
Also, Charles, he and his wife recently listed their house for a cool $39 million, if you're in the market.
Yeah, the best part is he told the fans, don't read anything into it, because obviously they live in the area where the Patriots play, and everybody's like, they're selling the house. What does that mean for Tom Brady? He's like, I'm selling the house. That's it. Don't worry about it.
Delay of game, offense.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set him back 5.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Still first down.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.